Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Break Fix Repair. If you recently replaced the screen on your iPhone 8 and it's boot looping, check this video out all the way through to see if this video will help you fix your boot looping iPhone 8. So turn your boot looping phone into a phone that works just by replacing the proximity sensor and the camera with these easy steps I just showed you in this video. The links are in the description below to the products and things that I used to fix this. Like the WOW kit, great screwdriver. First time I've ever used it, it was awesome. Highly approve of that screwdriver. The link to, I'll put a screen in there for the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, and then the proximity sensor and the camera, I'll put a link in the description below. But again guys, if you like this video and you like what I did, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel for more awesome stuff like this where I help you fix stuff without taking it to an expensive repairman. Have a great day. Thank you for subscribing. Replacing the proximity sensor fixed my boot looping problem. I couldn't figure it out, didn't know what it was. Let me show you how to fix it and I'll show you how easy it is to replace it in this video. So before we get started, there's a couple things that I'd like to mention. You're gonna need some tools first of all. So here's what I use to take my screen apart. This is a kit, it's an Oriya kit, and it comes with all kinds of tools that you need. Of course, half mine are missing because I've been using them, but it's got a screwdriver set with all the bits that you'll need. It's got a suction cup, an ESD harness for your wrist or wrist wrap, and some other little pry tools and stuff. That's a really cool kit. I used it extensively whenever I did the screen repair on my iPhone 8, okay? So in this video, I'm gonna be using this WOW stick, and it's an electric screwdriver, and I'm hoping that it's gonna be really good. So stay tuned for this, hope this works. Oh yeah, one more thing that you'll need. So this is what we're going to be replacing in my iPhone 8. This is the proximity sensor along with the camera. And I believe that when I replaced the screen in mine, I believe that this one actually went bad. So if you've never replaced the screen in an iPhone 8, the proximity sensor is practically stuck with like glue to the backing board on the iPhone 8, and you practically have to pry it apart. And they're very fragile, so they're basically just ribbons in there. So when you replace these, you gotta be really careful. And although I was apparently just not as careful as I should have been, but who's to say that that's what it was? But this is what we're gonna be replacing today. So stay tuned, follow on with me. I'll show you exactly how to do this. Hey guys, before I wanted to get into this video, I wanted to show you, I just unboxed the WOW Stick Pro, and I wanted to say I'm very impressed with this thing. It's got like a little screw pad. This is everything that you get right here. You get your screwdrivers, all these sets, a base, stuff to take it apart, your little charging cable, your little suction cup, demagnetizers, and some little screws. So that's basically everything that's in the kit, but I just have to say that I'm really impressed with this. So there's the kit. It's even got like a little light on it, and that is a pretty awesome setup. If you like this, I'll put a link to this and other products in the description down below, so check those things out. All right, so the first thing you want to do, put your suction cup on, and then you'll want to take a, let's see, what is this? It's a TP2 on your WOW Stick kit. And you'll want to unscrew these little screws right there. Just like so. Set them on your screw. Get this one, and that's easy. It's magnetic, easy. And you'll want to lay these out on your pad kind of close together. And you'll see you'll need to keep everything kind of organized whenever you start doing the rest of these. All right, so now's the tricky part. You got to pull your screen up, and of course mine's already been replaced, so it's pretty much ready to rock and roll here. You'll want to pull it up from the left side because it actually opens up like a book if you haven't done this before. Yeah. Again, I'll put a link to the part that you'll need, and that part is actually replaced up here. So anyway, here's what you do. So we'll set this bit to the side because you know you'll need it to put it back together. And then you'll need a little Phillips bit for most of these down here. And you have to take these apart right here so that you can unplug the battery. And so you'll want to go ahead and start, and you'll need a couple things. You're gonna need some tweezers from your kit. You're also gonna need, from this kit, you're gonna need one of these little prying tools. And so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take a PH000 out of your WowFix kit, and you're gonna unscrew these right here. Okay, and you wanna put these in order. Let me show you here. You wanna put these in order of how they're actually sitting on the phone, okay? So like this one's right here, so I'm putting this one right here, and this one's gonna go like right in this area, and the next one here, and then over here. That way, I'll show you here. I'll show you. That screw, it's bigger than the one we just took out. So you gotta make sure that they go back in the right spot. And this tool is so handy. It's so much easier than actually using a small screwdriver. And see, that one is tiny. So you wanna use this, or even this out of the Oriya kit. And this one's actually pretty good too, because you can say, hey, this one was A, that's B, that's C, but I'm just lining them up on this kit, and I might use this one as well. So now that you've got this guy off, take your tweezers out of your kit. You want to take it off right here, and I like to set it right beside of where it goes. Okay, then you want to take your plastic kit and you want to unplug the battery. And I'm going to unplug that guy right there because that's the battery. Okay, once your battery's unplugged, then you want to go ahead and go up here to the top, and you've got a bunch of Phillips. You've got 1, 2, 3 Phillips on this guy. Now don't be confused. That one looks like it's there. It's for this one. That one right there does. And let me see if I can get this closer. That one looks like it's for this, but it's actually this one, and then right here behind this one, there's another one. And there, we'll take. All right guys, once you've got these loose, I had to be very careful with these screws because they've been taken apart 2 or 3 times and they're very iffy. So I had to be very careful with those bad boys. So anyway, once those are all out, take your little pry bar, pop this guy loose right here, and now you're just dealing with this side. And if you want to make things a little bit easier and make sure you don't break your digitizer, unplug the digitizer and the screen from the other and separate it, just like so. And you want to take your suction cup off the back. Okay, so now this is where things get a little bit tricky. So you got to be really careful. So all of these screws are all different sizes, and you just have to be careful, but they're all Phillips. So, all right, let's get to it. So let's get a Phillips bit back into our Wow stick. Let me see where I put that guy. Here it is. So, all right, so let's go ahead and start. Let's take off this guy, since that one holds the camera in place. And we'll put him right there. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry guys. There. I'm trying to use a GoPro, so I'm trying to get this as close as possible, but it's pretty hard with the field of view. So we'll do that one, then we'll do this top one. And that releases the camera. So we'll put those two right there. Now the camera's released. Now let's take this guy off. All right, now the camera's released. And I'm setting those in order, so you can see that one goes here, here, and here. Okay, so now that that camera, or the plate is off, I'm gonna set the plate on the mat just like so, so that now way we know where it came from. So now we'll go ahead and start taking these screws loose to remove or replace the actual sensor, the proximity sensor and camera itself. Go ahead and release that one. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we can get this one. That one, it's the bottom right, so we'll put that guy about right there. And so you want to be really careful because your new one doesn't come with a speaker. And come on, playing games with my heart here. Let's see. So you may have to use another small screwdriver. Sometimes it's good to have a little tiny backup, but that wow stick is awesome. All right, so there's that. And we'll take the speaker out. We'll set him right there. And then we'll go ahead and take out this sensor, make note of how it is configured here. Of course, you got your new one, and it's gonna plug up like so. So you wanna take this guy and just kind of pry him loose and set that one to the side just like that. All right, so now you'll take your new one out of the package here. Okay. And just set it right there. All right, so on this sensor, you wanna flip it over and you wanna take these little tiny tags off of it, okay? And I think they're just there just to protect things in shipping. Like there's a sensor right there, and then here's another little strip. So you'll have to take this off to set it in there. So take this guy off. Just like that, because that right there, that's gonna be the sticky part that holds it together. So here you just want to be really careful, okay? And the best way to do this is to line these two holes up right here because they go right in there. Just set it in place right where it needs to go, just like so. Oops. Just like that. Once it's kind of close, take your this little guy and push down right where the speaker is supposed to be, and over here. Just be very careful with it. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the old one here. So it's right here. So it's got the camera. Oops. It's got the camera. It's got the sensors. It's got the speaker connection. So this part actually folds back, and then this part folds in, and then the other part folds back in as well. So that's what we're gonna have to do on this guy. Fold the camera back. I'm gonna set something right there to hold that in place, and then, oops. So there's that, and then it's gonna fold over and touch right there. So you wanna fold that guy right there. Okay, now here's the tricky part. So you're gonna wanna fold this sensor in this way. While you're careful with the camera, fold it in. Very careful. And you're gonna wanna fold this guy in so that they match. And all they're gonna do is sit right in there. Just, I hope my fingers aren't in the way, but they're just gonna sit right in there, just like so. So now, what you'll do, now that you've got that in place, push them in there, make sure that they're good. Put your camera right in there. And then you're gonna wanna put, or sorry, your speaker right in there. And then put that over here. So you're pretty much done replacing the proximity sensor. Just got a couple more screws to put into place. And you'll be done. All right, so now remember how we lined these all up. So let's take this one, put it in there. Okay, there's that one. Remember these are screws specific to these slots, so they're different sizes, so you'll have to be really careful. Okay, right, there's that. And then this last one, it's a little bit of a longer screw. One last little twist there. Okay, all right, now there was three more screws, sorry. So this guy, he went in the top. Oops, there, he's tight. And this one, you don't wanna over tighten these, not working on a car. Because if you do, never get them back out. Again guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for me. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so now let's put this guy back together on this side. And so the way that I found to do this was to wrap the phone back around the back side of the cable back around the back side of the phone, and then twist it around and kind of push it up against the phone or the case, and then, all right, there we go, almost. This is kind of a pain. This is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Plugging this cable back up. I think I got it here. Heard it snap into place. Looks good. All right, let's check our other connections over here. Make sure that guy stays in place right there. Yep, those two are good. So let's go ahead and push the battery, snap it back into place. And let's go ahead and put these screws back in, or these plates back in. And once that's done, I'll get right back to you. Replacing the proximity sensor fixed my boot looping problem. I couldn't figure it out. Didn't know what it was. Let me show you how to fix it, and I'll show you how easy it is to replace it in this video.